Good evening and welcome to News 12 at 9. I'm Hannah Gonzales. Texoma is welcoming the rapid growth coming to our area. So to better serve their citizens, the city of Howe recently turned their volunteer fire department into a full-time team. Our top story tonight, a Bryan County man has been arrested for murder in connection with a road rage crash that left another man dead. It's a story you saw first here on News 12. Yes, and for football, you know, I shoot football, might surprise some people, but it'd be nice if I didn't get rained on.
It's right down to the wire. We'll have to watch it closely.
All right, thank you, Steve. A World War II veteran is requesting 100 cards to celebrate her 100th birthday. U.S. Army veteran Ethelyn Bell turns 100 years old on October 4th and is asking the community to send her birthday cards. Well, that OU and SMU game seems like the place to be.
Yeah, where was our invite?
No, I would love to go. The Grayson County District Attorney position will be on the ballot next year, and the race is already heating up as a local attorney has announced he will be running against the incumbent. And the Bryan County Port of Entry on US 6975 in Culver is finally open. It was formerly a way station built in 1960, which needed many upgrades, as you could assume. The blood drive began about an hour ago, and we already have over a dozen people just waiting here to donate. Then they get taken over here where the donation actually begins. At the intersection of Lamar and Walker, you'll find a large police presence and streets taped off. After 9 days of trial, 43-year-old Bo Watson of Sherman was sentenced 2 decades in prison. And I had 3 boxes here completely filled to the brim, but they just picked them up, so we're starting from scratch here, but I'm going to make it my mission to have these completely full by the end of the night. After 5 days of trial, the jury is deliberating as we speak. They've been back there for over 3 hours now. For tribes in Oklahoma, this gives them an extra year, and for Chief Gary Batten of the Choctaw Nation, this gives him hope. We were able to fill over 3 bins of toys, and we even collected 4 bicycles. Now these toys are all going to children right here in Texoma that wouldn't have gifts otherwise. Bo Watson of Sherman fatally shot Jeremy Obar on June 19th, 2020. More than 3 years after his death, Jeremy Obar's mother, June, hopes to get closure from this trial after her son was suddenly taken away from her.
I can finally breathe again.
The day Obar was killed, he told his mother, June, that he was going to pick up his girlfriend, Elizabeth Watson, and his daughter and move to Missouri, where she lived.
I sent him several texts that day, and I didn't hear from him, but I figured he's driving. And about, 6:30 or so that night, we found out that he'd been killed.
Elizabeth was living with her ex-husband, Bo Watson. They had been on and off since their divorce in 2010 and had 7 children together. Elizabeth struggled with a drug addiction, and it was part of her bond agreement that she had to live with her ex-husband.
He couldn't handle her caring about somebody else, and he took matters into his own hands.
In trial, defense attorneys said Watson called Elizabeth from work the morning of the shooting. He said he heard her fighting with another person. He decided to leave work and head home to confront whoever it was. Once he got home, he grabbed his gun and headed to the bedroom, where he found Obar and Elizabeth. Watson said Obar lunged at him, so in self-defense, he shot Obar 8 times.
The investigation by Sherman Police Department and other evidence that we were able to find after the investigation just told us that it was not self-defense.
Elizabeth told law enforcement that Obar did not lunge at Watson, but she was never called as a witness.
We had evidence statements from her stating that she would not be truthful on the stand. Plus, Miss Watson is on parole right now, and she is wanted for violating her parole, so we can't find her.
After 2 days of deliberations, the jury found Watson guilty of murder. It then took them 9 hours to agree to a 20-year prison sentence.
It was not fair to anybody. He left victims on both sides. It was awful.
Defense attorney Bob Jarvis says they plan to appeal the ruling. Watson is eligible for parole after serving half his sentence. Reporting, Hannah Gonzales, News 12.
Our mission is simple, is to bring hope and help restore human dignity.
Lance Olinsky, founder of Streetside Showers, aims to do that by providing a hot shower and basic hygiene essentials.
We run our shower service Tuesday to Saturday, so we run 2 shower trailers every day, and we are in 10 weekly shower stops in different communities.
And every Wednesday, Streetside Showers sets up shop at the First Christian Church in Denison.
Lots of cities are starting to see growth in the homeless community.
Olinsky says 1/3 of the guests they see are homeless by choice. 1/3 are homeless due to mental health issues, and the other 1/3 have jobs and are trying to provide shelter for themselves, but fall short.
And that really helped open my eyes to, hey, I mean, we know inflation's up and everything costs a ton right now. Some people can't, just the basics have gotten out of hand and they ended up in this situation.
When you take a shower, you're provided with a fresh towel and hygiene essentials. Once you're out of the shower, then you can step over here and you can pick out a few clothing items.
They can put some clean clothes back on, and that's what's really been a nice thing, is they can wear fresh clothes after they take a shower.
They hope these services can set them up for a better future.
We found, really, once they feel clean, then they're maybe able to take the next step. What are they trying to do? Get a job, maybe mend a relationship, maybe try to get housing, because you feel better after a shower.
They dream that one day their services won't be needed, but for now, with the help of donations, they plan to continue to serve the North Texas region. In Denison, Hannah Gonzales, News 12.